I'm finding it kind of difficult because of, well, you can say because, but it's kind of a pretty hefty energy with Mars conjunct Saturn, and then we have Venus that went into it. It's like I can I'm trying to enjoy this Venus on my ascendant. You know, it's a beautiful time when you have Venus on your ascendant. You don't really have to try too hard to look good. But you see, so, well, Venus in Aries is Mars ruled, and then when you look at Mars, it's conjunct Saturn. I just took a video off of that was supposed to air in just a couple of minutes, and it's because I don't know, the talking is just. I think with Mars conjunct Saturn, it's making a lot of people, especially in Pisces, making us a bit, particularly men, but it's our masculine side to us, which is all kinds of different qualities, right? Will be more self-conscious, will be more apt to self-reflect and see themselves more. But it's the second day; it's happening for 2 days in a row here that we'll have Mars squaring or conjuncting Saturn. And I was trying to talk about how Mars is going to conjunct Neptune, and that's a very sketchy aspect. If a woman has it in her chart, it's the man in a woman's chart when you look at the Mars, and if it's conjunct Neptune, it's kind of strange, especially the Pisces thing too. But that's Pisces anyway. Neptune and Pisces rules each other. So she either is very artistic. They are both. Her man is artistic, very much so. Is highly spiritual, perhaps very much so. It's kind of a trip, but because he might be also leaning too much on the wine bottle or into fantasy. I mean, I can't imagine what it would be like to be born and to have Mars conjunct Neptune. But we're going to experience that at the end of the month here. Includes the Jupiter conjunct Uranus, which is going to really be a hell of vibration by the time it's the 22nd. But Mars conjunct Neptune on the 29th. I think I already mentioned it once before, but it's something to talk about more and more. Um, Look at not only the male aspect of people, but men in general. We have to be careful. Boy, there's a lot to talk about as far as how that, where we are with how things are. The truth is it's too illusory. There's too much illusion and fake stuff that we are, whoever we are, that the critical mass is reliant on. And I think within the next, well, if it's not 10 years, for sure there's a quota that they want to meet as far as wiping out a lot of the global population. See, with that, something has to say with these sacrifices, at least, right? With these sacrifices, why don't we let everybody know what's happening here? Maybe even set the clock back. Set the time to zero and say we just don't know how to live here. That's what the last book that Christ leaves us, the message is that, oh, you guys are forgiven because you're stupid. You are forgiven because you don't know yet. And that person certainly didn't say. They were begging God to forgive them. I think that they were saying, dismiss me from forgiving these people. Let's just hopefully God will forgive you because you don't know anything. I got to get out of here, right? Yep. But what will we do when we figure this out, when we see it? See, I'm seeing it too, and it's like, oh, God. Our egos. tend to hold on to something. It's the ego. It's all it is identity. And it's like, will you stop? Did you dial in on something here? Tell us. What is it? Can we love you? Or is it just an ego there that we shut our doors and we have a different thought about you? See, the thing is people are not going to afford egos. I was trying to talk about the world that's fake, that can easily and will easily crumble. It's too bad I erased the last videotape. I just have noticed that the videotapes I've been, I mean, the, the you know, haven't been very good. It's not. I'm just, what am I doing here? What is it? I'm coming up with some things that is refining, and the truth is I've recently been downloaded with some pretty heavy duty things, and it's the same as the Hopi prophecy stuff. Weird how I came across that, right? But it's right about, it's like, in case you wanted to know, the information is right there, and it's like right about now is when we would be reminded, and having said that, reminded of the mess that has been created and that has to untangle itself, and it won't fix itself until it's realized that it's tangled up, and then it's going to untangle itself, and that's going to be a mess. It's going to look like a mess, but it's no, it's actually, this is it's only the beginning, right? It's the beginning. All of that ending is just the beginning, that's what they'll always say, and oh God, and really I'm saying, if my generation doesn't step up and follow a basic principle of just who is the wisest and start copying the wise people, and even not only that, but so you don't bomb them and then copy them. You hold them up and make a shrine. That's the only way. And you look each other in the eye and say, do we know anything at all? And yes, keep the freaking garden going. This eye contact, do we know anything? Whew, barely. Barely. Hanging on to our IQ levels here. What are we really? We're gonna start we're waiting for aliens to come. And we're just gonna, and they're gonna show us all this new ride, this amusement park ride. I'm just gonna wait for aliens. Boy, oh boy, how fucking sick people are, man. Hard to live right now. I mean, like I said, I don't know. I guess I'll edit the video that I took away from here, or I will just post it. I'll leave it for the 12. I'm gonna put this one up right now tonight because I just took it away and people were probably wondering what happened. But I'm seeing something that is so deep, and you have to, in each individual life, if you want to have a meaningful life, it's really nobody's business but yours. And Neptune calls for doing something very spiritual. It's magical because it rules all of the mediums through which artists, and mainly the mystic, is bridging the unseen scene to the scene. It's kind of like they're like, yes, God exists, but nobody could, I couldn't tell you about it unless I came in this physical form, and I play this guitar like this, and I just smile at you like that. It's like, what are we're all doing that. We're all doing God right now. Stop asking whether it exists or not. How fucking stupid. It's like the fish are in the ocean and they're wondering. They do. They're like, well, what is water? I've never seen water. We don't know what water is. Sorry. Thanks for listening to this, guys. I am feeling. I mean, I've been doing work and the stuff I need to do and keeping up with it, but magical things are happening. But it really does. It's the sensation of running in place, and yeah, just running in place. Hurry up and wait, or hurry up and stop. There's a lot that I would love to see. There's a lot that I need to do and would love to do. See, this is what I'm not putting up. I'm starting to talk about fucking personal stuff, and I shouldn't do that. I should not have a life. But I should ask, I need to ask for help. And how do we do that? Right now, when it's a narcissistic world, and when you ask for help, that's another flag for them, another confirmation that says that somebody is about ready to bite the dust, and it's like, you fucking assholes, why don't you fucking learn how to live with each other? It's not really that I'm going down. What I need is support. I don't have anybody. See, this needs to fucking change. I hate this fucking that. But I think this is the condition of the human being. Each and every one feels alone like this because nobody knows how to live, take care of each other. It's so, babes, if you ever caught a whiff, I've been trying to say it here, and I'm not trying to convince somebody to saying, no, look, it's terrible. Babes, it is. It is. You are just conditioned. Like, I just saw something posted that says, even the worst of the worst of hell, you can be content with because you're just used to it, and that's what's going on out there. And I'm breaking. I'm looking at it. I'm like, I don't have anything to do with that. And these people are fucking way worse than I am. I'm sorry. I hate being somebody who's comparing like that, but it's like, no, I don't contribute like that. I don't have any stake in the fire of being so oblivious to where, I'm planting and I'm doing my yard work that I would usually do when I wake up in April, get out of the house, and there it is. I'm smelling that asphalt and I can feel the effects from it. And I'm supposed to get content and just numb myself out and just let it be normal. Pretty soon it's just going to be I'm going to get used to it. Babes, I'm trying to keep healthy. We're all trying to stay healthy here. That is the biggest fucking bummer. And what the bigger bummer is just knowing that these kinds of entities are here, that they can do that to the land. This is where, okay, I'm going to put this video up right now. Do you see it? Watch this video. I so relate with this. It's not the illusion of the people. There's this mentality and just there's a way, and God. See, now what I understand is Hobie is not necessarily, there's a friend texting me. Um, Hopi isn't really a one people now. It's a energetic field of information where it's kind of, it can awaken other people. And I've heard it before. See, my friend was talking about it a long time ago, and I didn't know what it was. And there's all kinds of symbols, and she knew about it. And it's like, well, it's not catching on, but it will. It's going to have to. It is. I mean, the prophecy. What it really is just math. And if you're going to talk about it, it sounds the same kind of story. It's just that what we see right now is, as the human ecology, what is happening. It's so disgusting. It's sad because it's diseased, right? I don't want to dwell on it, but there's a lot of us who are living amongst, just in the thick of it, right? And see, this is what they're saying is like the chosen people, or the leaders, the ones who are going to rise up. And see, we're seen as being on the bottom, but the tables turn, and we turn out to be the leaders. Especially if they have it on record that we're being mocked and bombed because we say no to them, and then they call the teacher on them, and say, don't tell them and they call us crazy because we're emotional. That all needs to stop. It does. It is. It is. It will. See, that's what I'm trying to say is that they place leaders like me, chosen ones. Just hey, I can't help it. You don't like me because you don't know how to love. That's all. You're not a loving person, and it fucking hurts. It hurts too much to be around it all around here. Just grinding away and then throwing fucking asphalt on a beautiful piece of land, and it's like, what are we doing? That is degrading. It's and I'm having to explain to so-called authority figures that are keeping the public at bay or whatever they're doing. I have to explain to them what it is that I'm upset about, and I really need to continue on communicating. All of us do. Say, look, no, it's toxic. It's. I bet you anything if you tested it against even what they put at school and even down in the city, that fucking toxic shit that they brought up here and spilled it everywhere, and it's everywhere. I see it. It's like they've got mounds of it. No, let's just use it. But the problem is that residences up and jumped and brought it and just fucking flung it into their backyards literally, and it wasn't put down professionally. It's just like, it's not dirt, it's not manure, it's toxic chemical. It's toxic. Other people know about it. See, I'm just alone here and I'm not being supported. It's like I'm not even living here. I'm tired of this. Don't be afraid of me. I'm actually a very nice person. I'm just not nice to some people who are fucking stupid! That's all. You'll love me.